The world's largest fire truck found in a junkyard is an OSHKOSH P15 from the 70s that weighs about 60 tons and has a water capacity of about 9,000 gallons. What's special is that this OSHKOSH P15 is equipped with two V8 Detroit engines, both of which are turbocharged and supercharged. When both engines are running, they can produce 1,000 horsepower. On the roof of the car, there are also two large water towers that can extinguish a burning plane from a distance of 10 meters. The guy was checking to see if there was any firefighting foam and water in the trunk, but he discovered that the trunk door was stuck and could not be opened. He turned back to check the engine condition and was surprised to find a bird's nest in the engine compartment. However, he did not detect any abnormalities in the engine. He then checked the equipment that came with the car, including a heater and some fire extinguishers, and the brake pads that had been removed. He also checked the fuel pump and fuel tank, but the fuel tank no longer has a cap. Making the fuel inside unusable when checking the chassis, he discovered that different parts of the car have different reset levels. This OSHKOSH P15 has two engines, and on the drive shaft there are also two front and rear axles, connected by a single main shaft. After understanding the condition of the car, he started the maintenance work because the fuel tank lost its cap. He had to drain all the oil and water in the tank. He discovered that the liquid flowing out was mixed with rust water, not fuel, but water. After draining all the liquid, he removed the air pipe and installed a CO2 fire extinguisher in the air intake to prevent the phenomenon of the car running out of control when starting the engine. Detroit engine, left unused for a long time, is very easy to encounter this phenomenon. When restarting the CO2 fire extinguisher will help quickly and safely turn off the engine. If an incident occurs after completing the safety measures before starting, he used two sets of kick batteries to wake up the engine. He was not greedy to start both engines at the same time, but only started one engine. When entering the cabin, he turned on two switches and chose to start the engine later with the fourth switch. He asked his girlfriend to turn on the starter switch via the walkie-talkie to listen to his girlfriend's command. He turned on the engine switch and it started responding, but it did not start. He asked his girlfriend to try again. The engine started, but it did not start successfully. The third time, the engine finally started making a strong sound. He always had a CO2 fire extinguisher ready to put out any unusual signs, but luckily the engine did not have any problems. Then he listened to the engine's sound and prepared to drive out of the yard. Before driving, he checked the oil and air pressure, but the engine turned off. He checked the cause and found that the fuel pump was clogged, due to the fuel filter being clogged with mud. After cleaning the fuel filter and checking the fuel pump was working properly, and he was able to restart the engine. This OSHKOSH P15 that set a 6th Guinness record started up and roared loudly. He prepared to enter the cabin and carefully drove out because he was not used to big cars. He had to be very careful when reversing to avoid collision. Then he loosened the handbrake, shifted into forward gear, and gently pressed the accelerator. The car started moving.